Hey pros, so today we are working on my client who has beneath bra strap length natural hair, and she came in to get it nicely maintenance and trimmed. So if you guys want to see the process, stay tuned. So first things first, of course, we're going to go ahead and complete our wash. So I went ahead and caped my client and brought her back to the shampoo bowl. Now, I always tell you guys that saturation is key, and also keep in mind that because she has such long lengths of natural hair, tangling is definitely prone to be a factor. So if you follow these couple pro tips, or the couple of pro tips that I'm going to give out today, this will definitely help you to minimize the amount of tangling that you have. But some hair textures, you really just cannot get around it. So just be prepared. Like I said, these are tips, but they don't work for every single head. So I went ahead and started out by saturating her hair and rinsing out the excess product that she had in her hair, which she did come in with leave-in conditioner on her hair that she used to detangle. And of course, that is going to kind of hinder the process of cleaning the hair if you don't try rinsing that out first. So I did give her a thorough rinse, and now I'm going in with our clarifying shampoo, which is the Elite Clarify. Our Clarify shampoo is going to help to remove any dirt, debris, and objects. You guys know I'm always so funny from the hair. But if you notice, I'm not really going around and moving her hair too vigorous or just being too rough with the hair, because this is what starts the process of tangling. Remember, long hair is prone to tangling, specifically long natural hair. So the least that you rough it up or scrunch it or be really excessive in regards to your scratching, the less tangling you have. I always say keep the hair in the direction that it grows, and you will help to eliminate or just kind of lessen the amount of tangling that you're experiencing. Now, before you start the shampoo process, I do also recommend, as a pro tip, to go ahead and detangle the hair when it's dry. That is going to definitely help you through the process of shampooing very long hair, but not even just long hair, any natural head of hair. Detangling when the hair is dry before you touch it with water is going to definitely change your life. It's going to change the hair game. And when I say detangle, that means detangling from root to end and not just the ends and leaving the roots. Okay, that's super important. A lot of you try to do that, and it proves to give you nothing but problems, because the tangling can still go from root to end even though you detangled the ends only. Now, there was some bubbles in the sink, and because she has such long hair, I did want to make sure that I rinsed out a lot of that sud, so that when I go through to do her treatment shampoo, that I'm making sure that the hair is free of any clarifying shampoo. And I always tell you guys, don't leave any shampoo behind, you guys. Rinse everything out, because you're giving yourself a clean slate at each level of the process, and you are just going on and building onto that hair care process. Now, I'm using our B7 Beyond shampoo for her shampoo service. If you guys notice, I did not use a lot of shampoo, you guys. Just because she has long hair, just because she's natural, that doesn't mean that I'm going to use a ton of shampoo on her hair. The more shampoo you use, the more rinsing you do, the harder it is to rinse out. So keep that in mind when you guys are using the shampoos, especially Elite hair care shampoos, because a little goes a very long way. Right, so if you guys have noticed, during her shampoo process, even though I'm giving her a nice scrub, I'm still elongating the hair and keeping it in the direction that the hair actually grows, to help eliminate how many tangles that I actually create, and not necessarily her hair being tangled all on its own. So a lot of you don't know that you can actually create tangling for yourself by just how you manipulate the hair, how rough you are with the hair, and by trying to go against the direction that the hair grows. This is also the reason why when you shampoo your hair with your head down in the sink, you tend to have a lot more tangling than you do when the hair is going in the direction that it actually grows with your head back. Now, sometimes we don't have a choice. When we're shampooing our own hair at home, I do just like you guys. We can't have that luxury of holding our head back. But definitely, if you're going to a salon and they are not shampooing your hair in this fashion, I'd probably say it's time to find a new stylist, because that's just utterly ridiculous. Anyhow, you guys, if you're new to my channel, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to thumbs up this video and share this video with your family and friends by clicking that share button and putting it on your Facebook or even your YouTube. So now we are going to towel dry her because it is time for her deep conditioner. So today we are going to be using our B7 hair mask. I always say towel dry the hair first, you guys. This is going to help that conditioner to adhere to the hair better rather than you leaving the hair dripping with water. And if you guys can tell, you see the tangles already. So I'm going to go ahead and use our B7 hair mask. Now I want you guys to take note how much conditioner I am using on her hair. I know a lot of you want to use an excessive amount of conditioner to kind of make your life easier, or some of you feel that using a lot of conditioner is going to change how easy or how hard it is to detangle your hair. Now, while some of that is definitely true, a lot of it is really just pure myth, or it doesn't work for everyone. So for me, I'm a firm believer that a little goes a long way when it comes onto the hair. I can still detangle the hair easily. Now, there's always going to be a client who has a lot of tangling, but if you start at the end and you take your time and just work your way up, you will see that the tangling situation is a lot easier to manage than those of you who like to start mid-shaft or at the root and try to detangle that way. Another pro tip, our Hydra Strength leave-in conditioning spray also serves as a detangling spray. So you can spray that on the hair on top of your actual Elite Hair Care conditioner, whether it be you're going under the dryer or not, and utilize that as an aid to help you with the detangling process. It works great on kids' hair. Those of you who have low porosity 4 or level 4 hair, level 3 hair, you can definitely use it as well. Now, I chose to detangle her thoroughly after the conditioning process. Sometimes using that heat will help to loosen a lot of the tangles. It'll help to moisten the hair, because guess what? If you're low porosity, you definitely need to go under that dryer so that cuticle can open. Or if you're using a hydration steamer, that will also help to loosen those actual tangles before you start to detangle. Now, as you guys can tell, she has very long hair. She's also told me that her hair tangles really, really easily just based on the texture. So I went ahead and sped the video up for tangling purposes and also for time purposes. But I still took her hair in sections as I detangled, and I worked my way from the ends all the way up to the root. This does not matter if the hair is short or long. I'm going to use the same technique to detangle her either direction. Now, once she finished or got finished being detangled, I went ahead and pulled her back into the bowl. And I am actually going to rinse her with the twists still in her hair. They're nice and large, so I can actually rinse her really, really well. And her hair is slightly finer in texture. And I am still going to use cool water to rinse her out. Now, the reason why I chose to leave the twist in is because I know that she is prone to tangling, basically because of her hair type and hair length put together. So I'm just using the water and gently squeezing out that conditioner and manipulating the hair very, very gently to get all of that conditioner out of her hair. Now, if you're a person who has a lot more density than she does, after you do it this way, then you are free at the end, right before you finish rinsing, to pull the twist out and then go ahead and rinse the hair again, but do not manipulate the hair. That will keep the hair from tangling. It'll actually keep it in the motion that you've detangled it. And basically, you're just using that water just to rinse out the rest of the product so that you can go ahead and go under that dryer by just retwisting the hair and going back under the dryer to dry. So I didn't actually have to do that with her. This method also works with some children's hair. This information can also be found in our children's hair care book, which is called the children's book. That book is available on our website at elitehaircareusa.com. And that book basically talks about children's hair care and basically how to better care for your child's hair. Because guess what? They have more hair than we do. And they are younger than us, but they're also a lot more tender than we are. We have more experience with our hair. So definitely check that book out. Okay, so now that she's rinsed with that cool water, I'm going ahead and utilizing my towel just to towel dry her, get the hair nice and dry. And then she went under the dryer for about 30 minutes. I try not to put the clients under the dryer for more than 30 minutes, you guys. I just want to use the dryer as an aid to help get a lot of that excess water out of the hair, and then I can blow dry them the rest of the way. So I'm using my Dyson blow dryer, starting at the end still, even though her hair is detangled. Guys, even with it being detangled, it's still tangled as I was blow drying. So that should kind of give you an idea that detangling doesn't just stop in one place. You're detangling through the entirety of the process. Now, how hard it is to do that is going to be based on the techniques that you use from beginning to end. So I like to use the comb attachment for clients like her. It makes life super easy. You are welcome to use the brush as well, but I would probably wait until after you've blow dried the hair to go back through with a paddle brush or a round brush, rather than you're trying to do the paddle brush or the round brush when the hair is in its state right now. You're going to work super hard and you're going to be exhausted by the time you're done. So now we are doing the silk press process, and I decided to use our Elite Anniversary 1 3/4 inch titanium iron. I am also doing 1-inch partings because she does have somewhat medium to fine textured long length hair. So I wanted to cover more ground, of course, with that larger plate titanium iron. And also I wanted to just kind of keep myself from having to do really small sections. Remember, when you're fine in texture, it's a lot easier to break the bond in the hair, and then the hair runs the risk of not being able to revert because you've done so much heat to such a small section of hair that's already what you would consider thin, but it's not really thin. Okay, that is just the texture of her hair. Now remember, whenever you are silking, you are going to silk her until the last piece of hair falls out of the iron. That is what keeps the hair nice and silky, you guys. That is what keeps the ends nice and silky as well. Some of you think that your ends are split when really you just did not go through with the iron and really seal that cuticle all the way out. You just kind of stopped mid-shaft, and that is how you get fish hooks. So what you guys see me doing right now is exactly how you do your silk press on almost any texture of hair. It's almost the same, except sometimes your partings might be a little bit smaller. So I also wanted to notate, you guys, for her leave-in conditioner, I used the Nandy leave-in conditioning spray, which unfortunately is no longer available. But an alternative to that would be our B7 leave-in conditioner. And then on top of that, I did spray her with some of our thermal blow-dry heat protectant spray, which is through H2 Pro. We basically have been utilizing this spray to really home in on heat protection, but it is a water-based heat protectant, so it doesn't make the hair heavy. I really, really like it because it doesn't make the hair feel like it has product on it. And that smoke that you guys are seeing, that is the heat protectant. It's helping to repel a lot of that direct heat that's coming from those plates that we're using on that titanium iron. So the smoke is not because her hair is burning. The smoke is because she has a heat protectant on her hair, and she also has a leave-in conditioner on her hair. How you do this is you always put your leave-in conditioner on first, then you put your heat protectant on top of that. If you do it the opposite way, you're basically using the leave-in conditioner as your heat protectant, and that is diminishing the heat protectant that's under it. So always do your leave-in conditioner first and then spray your heat protectant on top. Okay, so I had to push the camera all the way out for you guys to be able to see her trim because her hair is so long. I'm not changing the length at all. I'm literally just going through and just trimming her at the baseline. And one thing that I did talk about with her is that I could tell she hadn't had a trim in quite some time. So I was taking off about 1.5 inches to 2 inches of hair, which is really all she needed, you guys. Like, it wasn't super bad. Her ends just really just needed to have some TLC. And then outside of that, she had amazing hair. She just had an amazing head of hair. Okay, and what a trim does is just make that hair look even more amazing. Of course, it helps to protect the fact that split ends like to go up the shaft. So I always say keep your trim schedule, which is once every quarter or once every season or once every 12 to 16 weeks, and you are in a good space. Now I want you guys to comment down below, because I know some of you want this length of hair. I really did at one point in life want hair this long, and I quickly got out of that because I know how much work goes into very long hair. But if you guys want hair like this, put a 1 in the chat down below, because I know some of you are working towards this. Some of you are already there. Me personally, I like my short hair. I know what works for me. Long, fine textured hair is not my cup of tea because I like my hair to look nice and full and dense. But to each his own. She had a beautiful head of hair. Beautiful, just absolutely gorgeous. And it really suited her. She just looked like Pocahontas when we were done. But like I said, you guys, comment down below. Give me guys some feedback. Give your girl some big ups because she has grown this hair. And honestly, she's cut it off many times before. This hair has been growing since 2019. She cut it off once before this and went almost very, very short. And then I think in 2019, she said she cut 8 inches off. And look where she is again. So some things are genetic, you guys. Definitely some things are genetic. Super genetic. But yeah, this came out it was just luscious. Her hair was just beautiful. I gave her some quick body curls, just a little bit of lower line body curls. With fine textured hair, I can tell you guys, one thing, volume is probably one of the biggest things that we want, but it is the hardest for us to achieve because it doesn't stay. So I just gave her some long curls. Also with long hair, you tend to lose your density over time because it is so long. Some people lose density. Some people have medium to coarse textured long hair, and density or volume is not an issue for them. But in her case, she has fine textured, long length hair. So of course, volume is always going to be a thing for her to try to achieve temporarily. But I like to do long curls, like curls on longer hair. I feel like it lasts a lot longer and it gives them more body in the long run. You can also do a bun to keep those curls, or she can wrap it at night and it'll still have a nice shape at the end. But that's really it, you guys. I'm going to let you guys watch the style unfold. Like I said, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to share this video with your family and friends on your Facebook and your YouTube. And then comment down below what you guys think about the finished product. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.